Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KSC. It's your girl Kay, and today we're going to be discussing Tory Lanez motion for a new trial. But before we do jump into it, I do want to advise our YouTube family that this is indeed a podcast, and being that it is a podcast, you won't be able to see much of any visuals, but stick around for the podcast because it's going to be lit anyway. Now let's jump into it. Tory Lanez and this new trial request that he made was denied. It was denied by the judge. Do you guys remember about a week ago, where Tory Lanez had made a recording from jail where he said that the DNA was retested, and as it was retested, his fingerprints and his everything was not on the weapon? Well, that for one isn't completely true, allegedly, and for two, it didn't move the judge. Now, the reason why I say it's not completely true is because it came out in court that it's impossible for the DNA to be retested because the DNA was actually gone. There's no way to get that DNA again, so you can't retest something that is gone. But what actually happened was that the DNA was reviewed. It was reviewed by another expert. So that was like one thing that kind of struck me, and I felt like Tory Lanez and his team needed to be a little bit more organized in what they're saying. It's like playing chess. Your next move got to be your best move, and if Tory Lanez isn't getting it together, not making his next move his best move, then it's going to look bad on him. So it's like if you put something out and it's not fully 100% correct, it just makes you look like you're trying to overcompensate or lie about something to make it seem like you're innocent, right? But like I said, nothing that Tory Lanez did moved the judge, because the judge ended up denying his new trial date, saying that, hey, he won't be getting a new trial. The judge just probably didn't feel like, what Tory Lanez was saying was anything that would get him a different verdict from the one that he has gotten thus far. Or the judge probably feels in his heart of hearts that Tory Lanez did indeed do it as well. We don't know why the judge made the decision that he made, but all I can say is that that's what the judge did. Now, as for me, do I agree personally with what the judge did? I feel like we entrust these judges and the jury to supersede over a case and ensure that everything goes right. And I do believe the judge's judgment in this case, because not only did the judge witness everything from the last trial, he's able to have certain questions for Tory Lanez, such as the phone call that happened, the jail call that happened. That wasn't brought up to my knowledge, and if it was, then I'll definitely talk about it in another video. But I just feel like everything has to be addressed that would make Tory Lanez seem guilty. The jail phone call, the DNA evidence, what people are saying, the people's eyewitness testimonies and stuff like that, all of it would have to be addressed in order to say you're ready for a new trial. Because if you're going to go to the new trial presenting the same evidence, it's like you're going to get the same verdict, But that's what I think about it. I just feel like the judge was correct in what he decided to do, essentially. He probably felt like Tory Lanez's case wasn't strong enough. And what Tory Lanez needs to do now is just sit back and try to build a strong enough case so that he can get his freedom back. God is the one that's working. So if he's really indeed an innocent man, then he would be free. But if he is really a guilty man, then he will sit behind those bars. And the minimum years actually that he can get is 9 years. I think he's probably going to get 15, but that's just a guesstimation from Kay's point of view. But the minimum that he can get is 9 years. So good luck to Tory Lanez, because he's going to need it. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. So the questions I want you guys to answer is, for one, how many years do you think that Tory Lanez is going to get if you're watching this on YouTube? Because the sentencing is actually on June 13, 2023. And the other question I want you to answer is, do you think the judge was correct in his decision to not grant Tory Lanez a new trial. And if you listen to this through Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we'll talk next time. Laters.